of the day, Burns?
I know. That's probably the only one.
Where are we today then?
Muckhart.
Muckhart. And where is Muckhart?
In Scotland.
In Scotland. Maybe our guests could tell us what, well, you know what country we're in. We're in Scotland. Now,
I know it's near Dollar.
it's near, so there we go. These guys know their stuff. Let's just walk this way. Now, we have not done a video like this for nearly 2 years now, have we? So usually we take a little walk around the local area and check it out, but we've not done that for a very long time because we've been busy. But we're doing it today because it's a very special occasion, isn't it? So why are we doing one today? Do you know, Chloe?
Because of our American guests.
Because we have some American guests. And who might our American guests be? Do you remember the name of their channel?
No.
The Little Old House on the Corner. Now, you guys are probably some of our oldest friends on YouTube, aren't you?
Could be, yeah.
Maybe you could tell us what your name is.
Our names are Dale and Claudine Campbell.
Campbells! Oh my goodness me. So if you know anything about Scottish history, you might have heard the name Campbells before. So, Clan Campbell, what part, do you know what part of Scotland they originated from then?
Nope.
Or, so, which duke was associated with Clan Campbell, do you know?
Duke of Argyll.
The Duke of Argyll, and our guest just mentioned a little place along the road, the next village, Dollar, and the castle there was the bolt hole, or the sort of holiday home, the bolt hole for the Duke of Argyll and his family. So they have a massive part to do with the history around this little area, don't they?
Yeah.
So you guys have been here in Scotland for 2 weeks, is that correct?
2 weeks, yep.
And what is it you're doing here? Are you here to play some sports? What is it you're doing?
Just vacationing and seeing the sights and learning history.
Well, I would say it's more castling you've been doing than vacationing. Because vacationing to me would say feet up, maybe a nice hotel somewhere. But you guys have been working incredibly hard visiting all of Scotland's beautiful buildings, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
So can you just give us a little list, maybe, of some of the castles that you might have seen so far?
Well, if I can remember them all, we've seen Scone Palace.
Excellent.
We've seen Cotter.
Cawdor Castle. So that's quite a famous one because that's mentioned by Macbeth. In Macbeth, sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
We've seen, well, we've walked past Inverness Castle. We've seen Ellendonan. We've seen Canasery, Kilkern, Inverary, Doon.
So you not just have you have been to all the parts of Scotland to see the castles,
Made
really.
a loop around the country.
So you've done a massive loop, and after today, then you've kind of saved the best till last, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
What is, right, kids? Maybe you can tell me, what is Scotland's #1 tourist attraction?
Mate, that's a hard one.
It's a castle. I'll give you a clue. Which one might it be? Edinburgh Castle. So on your other visits to castles, you've maybe spent a day there, is that right? Or half a day?
Yeah.
But you're giving Edinburgh a couple of days to go.
2.5, 3 days.
2.5, 3 days. And that's what you really need to go and check out the castle, get up the Royal Mile, go and see St Giles's Cathedral. And I mean, you've seen the other castles and stuff around Scotland, and they're very cool. But Edinburgh, it's almost like a city built around the castle. So yeah, I would love to go and see that again myself. So, and here we have Mona's of Muckhart. So this is the little shop here in Post Office, my old boss's sister's place. And Muckhart here is going through, I should have actually had a wee look at it, just let me turn around here. So as you can see in the video, this is what you would call rural Scotland, like a little village. And if we look over here, we can see these things that you don't tend to see around here. So there's a new housing estate going in here, which is making the village much bigger. How many houses is it? 50 houses. So yeah, that's going to massively increase the size of the village. So I think before, was that not the bowling green that was there? Is that right? Or was the bowling green round there, behind that house? It used to be there, was it not? Yeah, right here. So we used to have a little bowling green here, but that stopped getting used. So the land's been sold and they're now turning it into houses. Yeah. Right, let's head up this way because we are heading to probably what is the focal point, or has always been the focal point of the village. What would be the focal point of a Scottish village, Chloe?
A church?
A church! So you will find a church in every single village. If you go down to Alloa, the sort of local town, you will find upwards of 9 churches just in Alloa. Then probably 15 to 20 within the town limits. Not all of them are now used as churches these days, but there was that many around here because this is the seat of sort of Scottish Protestantism and Reformation, and this is where it all happened and everything changed way back when. Now we are going to see this church because we have friends that come in our videos with us, don't they? And one of their relatives was actually the minister here, wasn't he? Now, can you tell us what a minister is, Chloe?
Not entirely sure.
Someone who works in a church, who talks to all the people in the church and tells them all about the Bible and everything else. What do you guys call, do you have a minister or what?
Minister or pastor?
A pastor, that's the word that I hear. So pastor and minister means exactly the same thing now.
Yep.
Fantastic. So when we come up here, there's actually a monument to our friend's relative who worked at the church and was a minister there for most of his life. And he was very, very influential in this area, not just in the church, but working with the local landowners to get them to give over their land, to build a golf course, so the people had something to do in their leisure time when they weren't working in the fields. He also helped set up the curling club. Do you know what curling is? Not your hair.
I know.
What could curling be, Dale? Do you know what curling? Oh, you know what?
We watch curling all the time.
Oh, right. So you, well, I was going to say that it's actually pretty big over in Canada and everything else, isn't it? But yeah, we take our curling pretty seriously up here. And just look, I wish the blossoms were still out because this tree always looks absolutely phenomenal. Just pink and white and all the rest of it. Can you hear the birds?
Yeah.
Oh, is it snowing? What happened there, Justin?
I think he shrivelled in the branches.
Right, so can we see the church from here? I think we can. What is that peeking out just above the telegraph pole?
Me, Mab.
Looks like a church to me.
Oh, you're talking about the mountain at the back, yeah, so that's Mab Hill at the back.
Yeah, I mean the building right behind the pole.
Indeed. So, up here we have a building next to the church. Now, what do you think that building might be? Or what it might be for, traditionally? So, if the minister works in the church, what does he need pretty close by? His home. So, in America, does the church maybe have a home for the pastor?
Yep.
And what would you call that over there?
The parsonage.
Oh, right, so I know that as well. Well, over here we call it a manse. So that white building you see up there would have been the old manse, and that's where Justin's relative would have lived. So let's just come up and see. Now, I always love this one because in the Crook you're just on a sort of main road when you go to the church. When you come into this one, it's walking up a little lane. You've got, you know, it's how you would imagine a little rural church to be, I think, whenever we come here. Right, let's have a wee look. Now, I presume the church over in America is the same as ours. You go on a Sunday morning, is that correct?
Yep.
Usually. So our services here, I think, start around 9:15 and they go till around midday sort of time. And do you guys have a Sunday school?
Yes, we do.
You do? Excellent. And how many kids do you think you would have there on a weekly basis?
Currently in our church we don't have any,
Oh,
but in the past
in the past, yeah.
we've had quite a few.
So if we come over here, this is a monument that was built by the family, dedicated to the Reverend John Edgar Cairns. And that was a gentleman we've just spoken about. The minister of Muckhart Parish Church from 1907 till 1933. So that's quite a long time to be a pastor, I would say.
Yeah.
There we go. And erected by his grandchildren, who we have one of right here beside us, Catherine.
Yeah.
Would you like to say hello, Catherine?
Hi.
Excellent, well done. And this is what is this what we call a cairn?
Yeah.
So a cairn
Yeah.
for Mr. Cairns,
Yeah.
is that right?
The Reverend
The Reverend, oh, not Mr. Cairns.
Edgar Cairns.
That's right, we just had a wee read of it. Right, well, we go up. Do you think we'll be able to get in the church, guys?
Yeah, we've got the key.
We've got a key. Right, okay, let's
Catherine,
go.
you got the key. Yeah.
Let's go and check out the inside of the church. So this was one of our very first videos that we made up here when we took a walk down from Muriel's house. So yeah, we haven't been here for quite a time now, have we? So Muriel, you go here every week, don't you?
Yeah.
And how many years have you been coming to this specific church then?
Wow. The 60s.
Since the 1960s? So, William, you're good at mathematics. How long ago is that?
So in 1960s, if we like, it could be anywhere from like, let's see, 60-ish.
60ish? You're not that old, are you, Muriel? You've not been coming here that long.
I'm 82.
82! You don't look a day over 60, I'll tell you that much. It must be all this fresh air out in the country.
Well, specifically, it's if you get in and walk a lot when you're older, your muscles won't actually atrophy like they usually would in places like this if you just sat around.
Wonderful. Right, let's go and have a wee look in this church and see if we can find anything interesting.
Get this bench re-running.
So 5 generations of the family have worshipped in this church then?
Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic.
Well, welcome to our church.
Well, thank you
We'll
for
have
it.
to sign the visitor form.
Oh, we'll do that as well, yeah.
Funny though. No.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I will do that.
No, not keep it there.
That's all right. Oh my goodness me, look at this. This is all different now. Come and check this out.
Look that.
I love the new glass, Muriel. That's fantastic. I've never seen this before. So previously, when I used to come to this church, we had something called pews in here, didn't we? Do you guys still have that in your church, or is it more like this
We've
these days?
changed out for chairs as well.
So I really like the traditional pews, but they're very impractical, and this gives you the space, doesn't it? That you can do anything with this space.
Yeah.
Right.
See this cross up there? It's
Uh-huh.
made from the wood from the pews.
Oh, really? Right, let's get a closer look at that. Let's come up and have a little look.
Dirty. Not make that top.
No. Oh, thanks, man. So much light in here when the sun comes in.
Yes, that's why we don't mind we didn't get the stained glass window.
Fantastic.
Look, do it.
What?
Turn on.
Oh, does that turn on as well? Let me get a good view of this and just see it in all its splendour. I don't know, Claudine, we shouldn't have Bibles lying about here. Do you have a particular verse you might like to read us or something like that? Seeing as we're in a church. Look at that all lit up. My word. Maybe Dale might know one.
About, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Well, that would be a really good one because we have that in our stained glass in Crook of Devon. That's what's on our back window.
Which one do you want to read? Yep. The
Would you-
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You want me up here? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restoreth my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Amen. Well done, that was fantastic. Lovely, and especially with everything lit up like that, Mariel, that was great. Right, we're about 17 minutes now, and I think that is a fantastic way to finish a video. So will we say cheerio, everyone?
Cheerio!
Cheerio!